Game 4 of the Knicks-Pacers series might be one of the hardest things I've ever had to watch because right from the jump, you could tell the Knicks were going to get annihilated, and that's exactly what happened. I'm recording this 3 minutes into the third quarters when I stopped watching. That was, oh my goodness, that was awful. Like, they're not going to come back. They're not even going to sniff, like, being within the game. That was terrible. Now, I'm not going to blame the Knicks solely. I mean, I do got a little bit of a rampage to go on about the Knicks' performance because their offense, this is exactly why you can't have your offense run through one player. Now, I know you got injuries, yes, but still, like, everything is all Jalen Brunson or isolation oriented. And that's the problem because Jalen Brunson is playing with one leg right now, and there's no way to get anybody else involved because everything the New York Knicks do is isolation based. The defense for the Knicks was also atrocious. It needs to be talked about. They were getting annihilated on the glass. They're leaving everybody wide open for threes. It was just pitiful performance defensively, and it allowed the Pacers offense to get hot, and they're the number one offense in the league. And then you also consider the fact that the Knicks weren't hitting anything. The Pacers got a little momentum on the defensive side, and one of the worst defensive teams in the league was able to stop the Knicks, and that's exactly what we saw. But in other news, we got to talk about the Indiana Pacers, since this is exactly why they were the best offense in the NBA this year. This offense was absolutely insane today, and especially in the first half. They were scoring at will. They were knocking down shots, and it all stems from the fact that their defense was finally playing good defense. It was something crazy. Now, the Knicks were missing a lot of shots, but the energy that the Indiana Pacers had right from the jump of the game, the arena, shout out to the Indiana Pacer fan base that was at the game because the energy the crowd provided, it was literally like the Knicks were playing an away game at Madison Square. That's how much the crowd was into the game today, especially early on. So big props to them. Then you've considered like just all the shots that they're hitting. Like TJ McConnell was hitting threes. He never even shoots them. I mean, he hit one, but still, like they just had so much life to the game right from the jump. And you could see very, very early on in the game that the Pacers were going to annihilate the New York Knicks. And the New York Knicks they couldn't show any resistance because they couldn't score. They couldn't defend. The Indiana Pacers' size overwhelmed the New York Knicks in this game. Miles Turner is playing like a monster. He's been looking really, really good in the playoffs. He needs a lot more respect. Pascal Siakam, I mean, you thought Precious Achiuwa or Josh Hart would be able to stop him. Absolutely not. And this is exactly what we saw today. Them getting annihilated. The interior. Then they couldn't score because their style of offense is not good unless everybody's hitting or you got players hitting, and nobody was hitting right from the jump. And that's just exactly why they lost. But you also have to factor in the fact that Isaiah Hartenstein looked miserable today on offense. Now, he does his thing, crash the glass, rebound, but this man was turning the ball over left and right. He was throwing it away. Like, he just looked so out of place. And it just makes you remember that's why he was a backup center originally, because he couldn't do a lot of the things that is needed. Now, he's a lot better than he was, but this was probably his worst game I have seen him play in a while. So hopefully he can bounce back. But when he's playing really bad like that, they can't turn to anyone else because everybody else is hurt. Mitchell Robinson's out. Precious Achiuwa is too young and too small. It's unfortunate for the Knicks. Julius Randle being out, you miss his absence, but obviously you miss OG Anunoby the most. Can't really say, if they're healthy, because this game, like, I get those two players are really, really impactful, but the way that they were getting killed from start to finish this game, I don't know how much it would help them. I really don't. And unfortunately for the Knicks, their injuries are going to be the downfall, and we all know it. But it is one person and one person only's fault, and it's Tom Thibodeau's fault for running his players into the ground. And now, once you get to the second round, all the players start breaking down, and that is exactly what we're witnessing. And I said at the beginning of the season, this was before OG Anunoby trade, this was before a lot of things happened. I said that if Julius Randle gets hurt, the New York Knicks are going to be in trouble. Now, they might still win a lot of games, but they're going to be in trouble because they don't have his size or physicality on defense. Now, you say what you want about his offense in the postseason, but last year in the postseason, he was really physical, and that's exactly a type of player you want, and he's tall enough to where it's not just pure physicality like Josh Hart. There's size with the physicality. And I said if he gets hurt, the Knicks are going to be in trouble. And that's exactly what happened. He got hurt. They acquired OG Anunoby, so it kind of stalled that, but he got hurt too. So you're down two of your most physical players with height and size, and that's why the Knicks probably not going to win this series unless something miraculous happens. Never doubt the home court. They do have 2 games at MSG. If this goes to 7, they got at least one more in Game 5. We'll see how they respond. If they don't respond well, this series is over, though, unfortunately. I mean, basketball and the NBA is better when the Knicks are good, even though I might be a Knicks hater. But, yeah, they're kind of cooked. That's all I got for y'all. I'll see y'all back tonight for Denver, Minnesota. I'm rooting for Minnesota. I think Minnesota will get the game. But, yeah, we'll see. Maybe it'll be another demolition job. And if it's like that and there's nothing to point out, I will not be back tonight, and I'll be focusing my attention directly towards the draft lottery. But y'all have a good one. Stay safe. Bye.